this is Kevin here. I just spotted a setup on USDJPY and I want to go through it quickly and see how it looks like, and then why I am having this potential bias or setup or prediction on USDJPY. So I will quickly go to the monthly time frame. So this is the MT5, so it's not going to give me a very good outlook for this analysis, but like we can manage that. Okay, so it's taking a little bit of time to load. Okay, so it's finished loading. So this is the monthly time frame on USDJPY, and I can see from months back we've been bearish, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, low, lower, high, low, high, and a low. So this area is the last swing high that we had. Why is this swing high, or why does this qualify as a swing structure? Because this high took this low, which is break of structure. So it broke this structure to the downside and gave us this area. So then after that, we saw a lower high here, and price has not been able to take this low up onto this area, and then we finally took that low. We finally took this low out. Okay, we finally took this low out. So for me, I will use this last low that we've taken out as liquidity sweep. Okay, and let's see that after price took that last low out, let's see the move. Price impulsively changes direction. So that tells me that this low that was taken, the big boys came in very strongly after this low was taken, which means there was a bit of, or a lot of liquidity, or a lot of money or others resting around here. But when price took this low out and started moving up, let's see if there has been a shift of structure. So what is the current lower high that caused this low to be taken out? I can say it is this one, this guy. This is the current lower high that took this low and then continued to take this low, which makes this area and this area a swing structure. So we move impulsively, and let's see that the moment we touched or we hit that area, price reacted. So price closed, we closed above that area. Yes, we closed above that area. So that to me is break of structure. So we closed, but the body of the candle is above that area. We closed above that area a little, and then price pushed into the zone again, and then it gave us this pullback up to this area. I can say this is like an equilibrium or 50% retracement or pullback. Then price gave us another break of structure of that high into this area and then into this area, price break gave us another break of structure into this area. So let's see where that area takes us to on the chart. So that area takes us to this guy. Okay, so let's see that this guy is, this high here is the main context or the main source for us to have this lower high here, because when price came here and then hit this area, it is this move that dropped here, moved up, dropped here, moved up, and gave us this lower high that broke or took the liquidity out. So this is the main structural high in the whole of this move or this bearish movement around happening around this area. So after taking this, breaking this structure, price went ahead to target that area and they took it out. So this to me is a confirmation that we have two break of structures. We have liquidity sweep below here, a break of structure, first one, and a second break of structure, external break of structure. So after that, let's see, price closed above that here. Yes, it closed. After that break of structure, what happened? So let's see. After that break of structure, price put down a little bit, went give us this equal highs, gave us this equal high, drop down a little bit, and sweep both these equal highs into this high. That shows a proper break of structure. Now we formally closes above that external high that I showed you earlier. So after doing that, price impulsively moves to the downside and gave us a hit of this low here. This is an internal low here, but it is this low that took out these highs. For me, after that external break of structure, it makes sense, or it will make sense for market to drop for a retest. So with this current pattern that is forming here, I can see here that we are taking liquidity out. We are taking this high out. Okay, so these relative equal highs that have been taken out by this move, for me, is liquidity. And when price dropped to this side, it went up and we had a failure swing. This high did not close above here or did not give a new high, and that also dropped to the downside, and then it moved up again to retest around here. Okay, so let me go to the weekly time frame. To really see what is actually happening. So on the weekly time frame, this is how we see it. So this is the last low before that higher high that sweep the liquidity. But when that last low was on its way going, this weekly candle, it gave us this internal low. It hit here and pulled back, gave us this internal low. We could not see this on the monthly time frame. So that went up, pulled back a little bit, and gave us this liquidity sweep or swing to the upside. So the latest lower high that swept the liquidity, that swept all these highs, that latest low for me is this area and this area. So if this low and this low, probably are to be taken out, then I would say there is a shift of structure also to the downside. So, but the real external low actually here is also this one. So let's see that even when we put price, a price hit it but did not close below it. But this one is clear and this one is clear. Price swept all that. And then after that, it pushed into this zone and then it failed to give us a higher high. It dropped again, but when price failed the swing, it pulled back, it had a low here before it failed the swing. Now, this area of price action to drop and took that low out, which is another break of structure, retested, broke structure again into the downside, this same zone. So we can see that this area is becoming or has become a kind of a magnet that is pulling. When price drops there, then price goes up. Price drops there and price goes up. That is becoming like a support, or it's a support zone. My anticipation is that this support zone needs to be broken because we have shifted structure to the downside. So at here to price pushed up and then we see rejection. Price rejected around this other block that broke structure and this imbalance that is inside of this area. This imbalance here and this high fair value gap here and other block, we could see price reject. First one comes down, reject again, hit, reject, hit, closes below, reject, and this current weekly candle is engulfing. So this weekly candle that is engulfing is very, 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 very crucial. If this weekly candle closes bearish or below this previous weekly candle, then there is a higher likelihood we will trade to the downside. And the moment we trade to the downside, we will be targeting, testing this support again. The moment we take this support out, price is going to have the opportunity to target this low here. And probably if this low is being targeted, then it means that we have a setup to be trading bearish. Yeah, so but let's also see something that price is forming something like a head and a shoulder. So I can see that this is like a left shoulder, this is like the head, and price dropped to the neck and makes this right shoulder here, and then dropped to the neck again, pulled back, and then it's trying to come down. So this area could be our confirmation or our entry signal. And what I'm seeing here is an engulfing bearish candle after these rejections on the weekly time frame. The other thing is that if we use this area alone, we could see this high here as a shoulder, left shoulder, this high as a head, and then this price dropped to break the neck line and then pushed up to retest, and there was a swing. This is the right shoulder, a swing to the downside. After this move, price has moved up to retest that right shoulder. Okay, and there are rejections. So once we are seeing rejections and then we are seeing an engulfing bearish candlestick, then that is a sign that we might want to, we have a high probability of trading bearish. So another thing is that now we know that there is break of structure on the a bullish break of structure on the higher time frame. So from this low where price moved to break structure, we first had like an equilibrium retracement. So it makes sense for price to come back and retest or give us equilibrium. So if I'm going to take this trade, I will target this low to be taken out, and I'll target this area. I'll target this area of equilibrium also. So we have had like multiple touches of the equilibrium before price pushed to the upside. So liquidity is really around these lows here. We have relative equal lows around this equilibrium. So mostly price will want to trade into 61.8% or close to 78.6%. So the bigger target will be price sweeping this equilibrium zone and then moving up. So moving up, giving us a discount price, and then we can move up because we've broken structure to go bullish, because we've broken structure to go bullish. So this is what I'm seeing. This is a monthly, weekly time frame spot site that setup that I'm seeing. On daily time frame right now, we are seeing a head and a shoulder pattern again around this area where we have this price action. This is a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Okay, so after the rejection, okay, this is the area on the weekly time frame where we had that rejection, the first rejection of that head and shoulder pattern. We have another head and shoulder pattern that is formed here right now. So now this head and shoulder pattern, we are breaking. So price hit here. This is the neck line, this low here. This area is the neck. Price hit and gave us the right shoulder, and price has engulfed. So this is where, if I saw this earlier, this is where I would have been entering for my sell. I would have been entering for my sell after the close of this daily candle, because the next daily candle open made its way up on the rejection as price was sweeping this low here. I would have entered my trade, but I didn't see this. I wasn't looking at this pair. So price traded this whole day, and then this today's candle is also trading below yesterday's candle low. So if today's candle, which has opened and is not far gone, if today's candle is to trade and close bearish below these lows, then we would expect the subsequent days candles like Thursday, Friday's candle, and probably next week candle, all to trade bearish. So how do we find an entry, or how can I find an entry? Now the neckline for this head and shoulder pattern is around this area. The neckline has been taken out, so we should expect some kind of a pullback. I don't know when that pullback will happen, whether it will happen tomorrow, Friday, or next week, but probably price should pull back into this area. I think there is a fair value gap, or there is a gap around here above this area. Price should pull back into this area and then give us a sell, and then continue to push the downside. The immediate target will be price hitting this first area here, or probably sweeping all this liquidity or these lows. On the 4-hour, it's taking time to load. On the 4-hour time frame, so I have set my sell limit around I've set my sell limit around this order block, but above this order block there is this, above here there is this fair value gap here, the daily time frame fair value gap, and this 4-hour fair value gap. They have confluence. It's around the same area, but below that is this order block. So I will target this first order block and this small space here. I will target price pushes up to retest this whole 4-hour candle that closed bearish. price pushes up to retest it, and then price giving us a rejection. So I don't know if it's going to happen on this current 4-hour candle that is trading. It's been trading for 1 hour now. I don't know if it will push up in the next 3 hours to retest this area. I don't know. Or if it will just push up a little bit and price will continue going down. And the next 4-hour candle after this one closes might push up to, I don't know. I don't know even if price will come up into this other block or fair value gap above it. I don't know any of that. What I do know is that there is a bearish bias that I'm seeing based on the approaches and the concepts that I'm describing or explaining as I'm trying to analyze this pair from the higher time frame to this smaller time frame. On 1 hour, we are also bearish. This is a bearish movement. High, low, high, low, high, lows. Price is pulling up. Price should give us another lower high, and then we'll continue going down. So on the 1 hour, we got a low, and then price is rejecting. Price is pushing up. Price is pushing up. There is a whole of this gap here. I don't know. Price might want to feel it and retest this low. I've not traded this pair before, so I don't know its behavior very well. I just went in to analyze it, and then I spotted this opportunity. But so I want to see if it will play out or if this will happen over the next few weeks or few months. This will happen. Let me see the 30 minutes. On the 30 minutes, price is reacting to and giving us an indication that it wants to push up. So let's see, from the higher time frames, we are having a bearish engulfing. From 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 1 hour and 30 minutes, we don't have a break of structure. If we are to break above this area, this is the most current lower high. So if we are to push up and close above this area, then we'll have break of structure to the upside. We don't have it on 1 hour and we don't have it on 30 minutes yet. So we are still bearish. Just that we're having a bullish candle building up. On 15 minutes, we are still bearish, but we have 3 15-minute candles forming on a row. It's a sign that if this current 15 minutes candle closes, this will be a sign that there could be a higher likelihood for price to trade up more. So up to 15 minutes, we don't have any indication that price will be coming bullish into filling this daily time frame fair value gap or this order block and gap around this area, which will be like a break and retest for us to have an entry to go bearish. But I'll be waiting for it and I'll be monitoring. I've set sell limits around here, so I'll see what will happen on this pair. So that's it. This pair, I've not traded this pair before. I don't really know how it moves or how volatile it is. USDJPY. But I want to use this opportunity to try it and see if this setup is going to play very well. So I will update more on this setup. I don't know the number of days it will take for price to sell, but there should be a number of factors that will all contribute if price is going to sell, because this is USDJPY, so it means that the dollar has to be weak for this pair to be selling. So if the dollar is weak, then this pair will be selling. Then this pair will be selling. JPY has to be strong, and for this pair to be weak, dollar to be weak. So let's see how things will go. Thank you so much.